Hello YouTubers and YouTubies, North Coast T here. Today we're working on a 2017 Street Glide. More specifically, the oil change. Tools and supplies needed for this job are a pick will come in handy to remove the O-ring off the drain plug, a nylon brush to clean the threads on the drain plug, a 5/8 socket, torque wrench, a regular ratchet, extension, and then a 17mm if you use the oil filter like the Canon style that has the nut on the top of it to make it easier funnel. Drain pan, I use a piece of tin foil underneath the filter as you take off the filter. Oil filter, I use the one with the nut on the top of it, and there's your part number. And then your new O-ring for the drain plug. You should change that every time. And then, of course, 5 quarts of your favorite 20W50 oil. First thing you want to do is crack open your oil fill tube, just so you don't create a vapor lock in there. Drains a little better with it open. And then you want to go under the bike here. And right here is your oil drain. Right behind it, going straight up, is your transmission. So you want to make sure you get the right one. This is your oil drain right in the front here. So let's get that oil drained. Crack it loose with your 5/8. While the oil is draining, you want to take a nice little look at the magnet on the end of your drain plug and make sure there's nothing bad on there. Nice and clean before you put it back on, and make sure nobody used any like thread locker or definitely no Loctite on it. So get all that cleaned up, and then you can use your fingernail or a pick to pull that O-ring off there, and then once it's all cleaned, get your new O-ring on there. When you put the drain plug in, you want to torque it to specs. That's 14 to 21 foot-pounds. Create a little funnel out of tin foil, and this is on the kickstand side. You get your socket on there, and you can take off that filter pretty easily, and then hopefully, if you did it right, you're going to catch all that oil that comes out of there instead of running all over the frame. It's going to go right in that funnel and then down into the drain pan. And then you want to get that mating surface there where the filter's going to go on. Get that nice and clean, wipe it down with a clean rag. And then you want to pre-fill about halfway your oil filter. Well, some people say you don't have to, I like to. And then take a little bit of fresh oil and put it on the gasket so it seals nicely. As you're putting on the filter, you want to spin it down until it just barely makes contact with the surface on the bottom there. And then 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn is all you need. Okay, back on the right side of the bike, we're going to do our fill. It's supposed to be 5 quarts. I usually do like 4, and then slowly go after that, checking it, just to make sure I don't overfill it. Make sure you screw it in each time all the way when you're checking the level, so you get a proper reading. And once it's full, you're all set. Start it up, take it for a ride, come back, and then check it again, because you're going to put some into the filter. I did fill the filter halfway, but you can only fill it halfway because it goes horizontal. And then go back to checking. Once everything's all full, you're all set. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a like, and I hope you have a great day.